What's up guys, my name is Milo from Downrange Bike Works. In this video, I'm gonna be unboxing some inventory that I'm putting on my website, as well as carrying here in the shop. And one of those items is this BiKASE e-bike battery bag. And the reason I'm carrying this is I've been getting a lot of questions about e-bike battery safety. And I've been getting a lot of questions as of late, because just last week there was a second house fire that was a total loss, and that first one was from a faulty e-scooter battery. And so people are worried. And if you've been keeping up with the news on what's going on in the bike industry, Rad Power bikes, they are having a lot of issues with their batteries, or at least enough that they're in a lot of trouble with the sustainability of their company. So I'm gonna be going over this product and why I think this is a good idea to buy if you're worried about your e-bike battery, but you still enjoy riding your e-bike. So this is the BiKASE e-bike battery bag, or it's more just like a battery bag, because you could put really any kind of chargeable battery in here. I saw a few videos on this, and the reason I'm carrying these is because I think this is a good way to mitigate some of the risk of owning an e-bike, particularly if it's a cheap e-bike. As a general rule in my shop is if you bring in an e-bike and you want me to work on it, you want one of my mechanics to work on it, you have to remove the battery and you have to take it with you. It's just not worth it for us to carry that additional risk of having an unknown battery in here. And I think if you are worried, you should consider something like this, and I'll tell you why. So this battery bag is about the size of like most standard e-bike batteries, especially if it's one of those that's like a Super 73 type e-bike. This material is pretty thick and it feels very unique. I've seen some videos online of batteries in this catching fire, you know, intentionally to test the bag, right? But also just people testing the resilience of this material and holding up torches to it, and as far as the torch, it doesn't really do a lot to this material. This feels very like unique and durable. In the videos that I have seen with a battery fire inside of these cases, I mean, it's not gonna stop a fire, but it's definitely going to control where the fire is and keep it in here. There's still a ton of smoke, but you know, it's not gonna have that big flaming flame.
Makes no sense.
It's not gonna have that big flame that may catch your entire house on fire. If you've seen some of those battery videos, those battery fire videos, that's really crazy, that's really scary. So if you're worried about it, I considered one of these. I'm selling these for 40 bucks and flat shipping $5, so $45, and ship super quick. But consider this, okay? They're a standard size for e-bike batteries, and they fit those big ones like from the Super 73s. And if you have one of the batteries that can be charged off of the bike, I mean, there's ports here to charge it, and you could still keep it pretty sealed, which is really nice. It's sturdy, it feels pretty sturdy, and it has handles that, you know, you could take it with you, you could store it for the winter, which I think is a good practice. My understanding of the two main reasons why batteries catch on fire in terms of like e-bike batteries or scooter batteries is a couple things. One is overcharging. Even on the manufacturer's recommendations, it's you shouldn't charge a battery for an extended period of time. Even in the manufacturer's recommendations, they say not to overcharge it. So once you know the battery is full, disconnect it, or consider something like a timer for the charger, because you expect that the battery would have a smart function as a fail-safe. So when, you know, just like with your iPhone or something, when it's fully charged, it just stops charging. But sometimes those fail-safes fail. And that's why some of these batteries catch on fire, because they're cheap batteries. We really don't have any regulations for them right now, so it's the Wild West. The second is modifications. If you're modifying an e-bike, if it's like a class 2 e-bike or class 3 e-bike, and you're making modifications, that's gonna tax the battery more, especially if you live in a hot place like Utah and it's like the summertime. That battery is gonna go through a lot, and it could get pretty hot, and you can have some issues if it's modified and it's taxed beyond what it's designed to be used for. So don't modify. don't overcharge it, and consider something like this to give you peace of mind when you're charging it or when you're storing it for the winter. It is winter here now. It's like 34 degrees outside. So a lot of folks aren't riding their e-bikes, but think about how you're storing your e-bike. And if you want something like this to just not worry so much. So it's good buy, and pick one of these up. I'm gonna have the link down below. One of the best parts of owning a bike shop is opening up items, opening up inventory that is not mine. So I did a video on some beautiful TRP brakes a couple weeks ago, and I got the satisfaction of like feeling it and seeing how they work, and being happy about someone else getting them, and still getting that joy of kind of unboxing. So that's really cool about owning a shop. So I'm just gonna open some things up here, things that I'm carrying, and be pumped on stuff, bike stuff. I order so many things. For being a small shop, we're quite busy. The wintertime definitely has slowed down a lot, as expected. Looking outside, there's some snowflakes out there. I could actually see Butterfield Canyon here, which I love to ride. And yeah, there's snow up there. So, but still, I'm buying inventory and things for the online store as well as for the spring. So this, got a couple of these. This is actually one's for me and one for my buddy down at Beehive Moto, which are really great. So this is the Park Tool FR 1.3. So to remove e-bike cassettes, so the kind of e-bikes that have a hub motor. So ran into a situation where we needed to remove one, and this is the tool. The other cassette removal tools will not work. So FR 1.3, got a couple of those. Also got new chain whip pliers. This is actually for our Beehive bros. And then you guys, I have a big announcement that I'm probably going to share in a different video, but I'm getting all things for bikes, which I need some more right-handed bottle cages. I really like the left hand or right hand adjacent bottle cages. I'm left-handed, so I still have a bunch of left-handed ones, but I need some right-handed ones because I think it's something like only 1 out of 10 people are left-handed. And I'm blessed to be one of them. And I say that very sarcastically because I'm a musician, and so I play the drums and I play guitar, and I can actually play the drums both ways, both left-handed and right-handed, but obviously I prefer left-handed. But I also play guitar, and that was torture growing up. I would see all these great guitars at the guitar shop, or my buddies would pick up a new guitar and they're all right-handed. I'm like the only left-handed guy, so I didn't have the pleasure of playing all these guitars that I wanted to play. But what I'm playing right now is actually a Kurt Cobain edition Fender Jaguar, which I really, really like, and they happen to make it left-handed, but that is a great guitar. So that's what I've been strumming. Next. Oh, this is a big box. Feels like Christmas, even though, none of these things are for me. It gives me joy when people buy stuff, not just because, it's my business and everything, but because they get joy. When you get something for your bike, how exciting is that? You get something new and you're like, oh, I wonder how it's going to ride or how I'm going to like this feel, especially if it's like touch point stuff, which all of this stuff here is touch point stuff. So you guys, how awesome. So I ordered a bunch of stuff from DEITY, and look, I got a handwritten note. Like, you guys, thank you. Milo, thank you so much for the support. We are stoked to help you and Downrange moving forward. Cheers. Devin, dude, thank you. That's solid. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I love about the bike industry, especially the companies that are all about like the mom and pop shops, like this. Like, that's so freaking cool. Awesome, man. That made my day. Thanks, Devin. I really love DEITY stuff. Like, you guys, I really love DEITY stuff. So I just got re-upped on grips, all sorts of different colors, like a lot of black because it's pretty standard. Got some reds, got some turquoise, got some blue, got some purple, got the stealth, got yellow, got this, what would this be, like sea foam? Like sea foam? My wife's an artist, and so, you know, she corrects me on stuff like this. Like I would call this like green or blue or something, and she'd be like, actually, it's sea foam number blah, 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 or something like that, which I love that about her because I'm not an artist. And to me, this just looks like somewhere between something, aqua? I don't know. Got some gum, got some orange, got some pinks. I got a daughter, man, she would love these for her bike. So got a bunch of grips. Oh man, so stoked. Okay, what else we got here? Yo, these are my favorite flat pedal, the T-Max, the DEITY T-Max. I ride these when I ride flat pedals. These, they're not cheap, but they feel so freaking good. They have a concave to them, and they just feel super high quality. They look super high quality, and I just like, this is my favorite flat pedal, is the DEITY T-Max. So super stoked on those. And then got a ton, like, yo, there is a ton of pedals in here. So these are, I don't want to like do the whole unboxing thing because there's a lot of them in here, but these are all various sizes and colors of the Death Trap pedals. So I'm super stoked on these. I think these are really good pedals for being composite pedals. I think composite pedals are great, actually. I have the metal or aluminum pedals from DEITY, those T-Max. They're really expensive. Again, they're really great pedals, but they're really expensive. And these are definitely more affordable, and they're a composite pedal, which I've never actually seen someone break a composite pedal. Like, they're really, really durable. And what's nice about these is you could change the pins. So once the pins wear out, you don't have to get rid of the pedal. You could just swap them. So that's really nice. And these are pretty easy to swap. So got a whole bunch of these, and yeah. So pedals, grips, and then some tool stuff. Also the battery bag. So that's going on with me today, is doing some unboxing and just being stoked. It's cold outside. It's, again, like 32 degrees, 34 degrees. That's cold, so not a lot of riding going on. There's a little bit of snow coming down, but I'm excited for the spring and throughout the winter time. Have some things going on for the spring that I'm really excited about. So doing a lot of planning and updating the website and trying to get some sales through there to survive through the winter, and also making some content, which has been really great. And it's been awesome, making connections with folks and people saying nice things, and it's been awesome. So you guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'm gonna keep you posted throughout the winter.